So today I'm going to look at the Marvel Legends Guardians of the Galaxy action figures. And I think I have a pretty good set here. And I thought I would just show them all to you. So I already have Star-Lord, which is a really cool figure. And he came with this arm for Mantis, which I also have the head, which came with Adam Warlock. And I have the left leg, which came with Nebula. So Star-Lord is a really good figure. This particular Star-Lord is from Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2. He's wearing under his scarf the t-shirt from that movie. He also has his Sony Walkman on his belt that you can remove. And he has his two blasters, which can be stowed or holstered on these pegs here on his belt. So the likeness is pretty good. It looks like Chris Pratt, except I'm not a big fan of the little smirk, because that doesn't look like him in a way. But other than that, I don't really have any complaints. It still looks enough like Chris Pratt, so there's no question as to who this is supposed to be. He has the scarf is removable if you want. If you want to see the t-shirt, the Walkman is removable. His guns, they fit really well in the hand, but you can also stow them right here on the peg, so you can have a gun on the side. A very cool figure with all the great Marvel Legends articulation. He doesn't have two things. He doesn't have this figure is he doesn't have the alternate head with the space mask on, and he doesn't have the rocket boots, which is kind of a bummer, but that's okay. It's Star-Lord, just kind of casual, and it does look a good deal like Chris Pratt. So I think it's an improvement over the first wave of Guardians of the Galaxy figures. So let's set Star-Lord over here with his accessories. And this is the first wave Drax, and a lot of people think that the face wasn't as good on the first wave, and I tend to agree. If you're looking down, it looks like Dave Bautista, but straight on, it doesn't really look like him. It looks much younger. And it's a pretty good figure. I think this Drax is good enough. He has his two blades that he can scabbard in his ankle scabbards. His tattoos match the movie, so it looks really good. You can get him some great poses. So this is a good Drax figure, and I'm happy with this being my one and only Drax. Adam Warlock, you're probably wondering, how's he playing to Guardians of the Galaxy? Well, in the end of Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2, we see remember the gold people that they were fighting in the beginning of the movie? Well, in the very end, they're making Adam Warlock in that capsule thing in the post-credit scene. So he will certainly be in the next Guardians of the Galaxy movie. And he has this alternate head, which is kind of creepy, zombie looking, and his regular head. So and Adam Warlock is part of a set called the Cosmic Protectors. Along with him, this is Nihilo, and I'm probably pronouncing that wrong because I'm not familiar with this character, except he's cool, he's gold, and he has a third eye on his forehead. And here's Adam Warlock. So the packaging is the same for both of them. So I'm going to open him in a minute. But Adam Warlock is essential to complete your Mantis, because he does come with a Mantis head, which is extremely cool, because when you tilt it, the eyes close, which is utterly amazing. That's a first in a Marvel Legends figure. So this is a Build-A-Figure, and that is the special detail, is the closing eyes. So if you can get Mantis, get her while you can before it gets too expensive. And he comes with these two magic effects, which is kind of similar to the Dazzler, but a little bit more detailed, and they fit on his hands, whereas the Dazzler's doesn't really. So this is Adam Warlock. Really pretty good figure. I'm gonna set Adam over here. Now let's start. Let's go ahead and open the other one, the Cosmic Protector, X Nihilo or Nihilo. A very cool Guardians of the Galaxy background. Let's pop out Mantis' other arm. And let's look at this guy. He's first thing I can tell you is he's very big. He doesn't come with any accessories, which is kind of a bummer. But he is a very... Let's compare him to Chris Pratt here. I mean, he's taller and he has his horns on his head. Made of this gold plastic, which is a little bit harder. He has the third eye, which is a very cool feature. A creepy smile. The horns that almost look flame-like. He's very buff looking, as opposed to Adam Warlock, who's more on the slim side. Large hands. The hands kind of remind me of Morbius's hands. They may be in the same mold. Well, I don't think so. But they're in the same sort of pose. The sort of grabbing pose. And he has, of course, the great Marvel Legends articulation that we've all come to expect. He has bare feet, which is cool because they're gold. I just think that's just really cool looking. Almost looks like an Egyptian god or something. It's very cool. I really like this figure. Okay, so let's sit him down. Next, we're getting close to our Mantis here. Let's open up Rocket and Groot. So this is in fact Rocket, Raccoon, and Groot. On the back you see Rocket with 2 pistols instead of a big gun, which is kind of weird because you always picture Rocket with a big giant gun. And here's a little baby Groot wearing the Ravagers uniform that they put on him when they captured him and Rocket, and they imprisoned Yondu, and then they had the scene where Yondu wins back his ship. So this is the little cute baby Groot, which was the scene stealer of Guardians of the Galaxy Part 2. So there's a lot of pieces in this box. There's first sort of a regular Rocket head, and his mouth does open so you can see some details inside. There is a baby Groot in his little Ravager's uniform, which is really cute, with his gold eyes. Okay, we also have another Mantis part, which would be the torso. And we're almost done with Mantis here. And let's look at Rocket. He has 2 guns. And they fit really well in his hands. He has very tiny little hands, naturally. The guns are very well detailed for a Marvel Legends accessory, which usually aren't. They look weathered, and they have a brush of silver on them to give him an old weathered look, like something Rocket would carry. And then his face on this figure is his rage face, where he's yelling. His tail is posable, which is nice. He has great articulation for such a small figure. Even posable ankles, knees, hips, and the diaphragm joint, which is really, really cool. That's incredibly good articulation. So here's Rocket and Groot. Next, let's look at the other Groot, the other forms of Groot. This figure is a special one. It's called Evolution of Groot. You got a big Groot, a planted Groot that's tiny, and another baby Groot who's not wearing a uniform. There is no teenage Groot. The only teenage Groot I know of is the one that comes with the sort of the lower end Marvel Legends figures. That one set, they're not really in scale with this, so I think this will be all the Groots I end up having. But I feel like you can't really have a Guardians of the Galaxy set without a Groot. So if you buy this figure, don't worry, all the parts are in it. He doesn't, the two legs are on the bottom, so if you were worried that you would have to collect these and build a figures, there's no need to worry. They're on the bottom. So I hope I get the right legs on here. But I am pretty sure that I think this has got to be the left leg. Well, because I don't like moving these around too much, because they can. I think that's right. I think I got it. Okay. Sorry you had to see my pale quarantine legs there. Okay, so this is Groot. And I'm pretty sure that we got the right legs on. I sure hope so. But it seems to fit like a puzzle piece. So I think we got it right. Yeah. He's very tall. You could include him if you were a Lord of the Rings fan. You could put him with your Treebeard, your Int figures, because he's basically an Int. He has the clicking joint. He has a very happy, friendly face. He has articulation in the chest, all over the legs, the knees. And it does sort of seam really well when you get the legs on correctly. So if you get this figure and you want to, make sure you just refer to my video to know which legs to put on. You can kind of look at the pattern of them. He has articulation in his ankles and feet. Just a great figure. If you're a Guardians fan, I mean, just a really, really great figure of Groot. But you get 2 more. That's the great bonus of all this. You get the potted Groot that we saw at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 1. Kind of stinks that they have this kind of damaged part here on it. And you get another version of Baby Groot that is very similar to the one where he's wearing the uniform. So you can have 2 Baby Groots, which is really cool. So now we have everyone but everyone but Gamora. So let's and of course Mantis, who is definitely part of the team by Avengers Endgame. Oh, let's start looking at the packaging. This came with Nebula. Now I don't have it. I don't have Nebula because she's just too expensive. But I did get the parts separately. Nebula would be a fine figure to own, but I think you could have a complete Guardian set without her. But this is from the Daughters of Thanos set, so it doesn't actually say Gamora. It has a picture of Nebula and Gamora on the packaging. The plus of this figure is, unlike the first wave of Nebula, this one really looks like Zoe Saldana. The face is just amazing. She also comes with a gun that seems more appropriate for Rocket. So Rocket can have a... I mean, you might want Rocket to carry this blaster rifle because that just seems more like a rocket gun. Don't you agree? This seems like something he would be wielding instead of these little pistols. The rocket, the big blaster rifle is really detailed with a brush of silver to make it look weathered. I think she does hold this or use this in Guardians Part 2. She also comes with 2 swords, which one appears to be a broken sword, which makes me think of the scene in Infinity War. So I wonder if it's the one that she hits Thanos with and breaks. Because that's what it looks like to me. It looks like this sword but broken. I don't remember her carrying a dagger. And she has this scabbard. However, this does seem to fit in the scabbard. So it could be that this is maybe, this is maybe something I missed in the movie. It could be that this is a collapsible weapon, and when she pulls it out, it extends like this. And I think that's what actually this is supposed to be. So I'm just being stupid here. But the figure is really good. Look at that face sculpt. I mean, wow, that looks like Zoe Saldana to a T. She's wearing the really cool outfit she wears in Guardians Part 2 with the sort of tight vest with her shirt kind of hanging out, the shirt tail hanging, her gun belt, her boots, and her kind of western duster. So she looks a lot more like a Guardian and less like a daughter of Thanos in this movie. And can give her signature sword. And this is just a great figure. I mean, it's so hard to find Gamora, whether it's the 3 3/4 scale or this scale. So I'm very pleased with this figure. And the face details are just amazing. I mean, that's just amazing. So the next step is to finally finish our set by putting together our Mantis figure, the Build-A-Figure. Okay, legs on. kind of hard to put these together sometimes. Especially the arms are not wanting to go in. Okay, now just have the head. Okay, squeezing these little parts together is a workout. I mean, my goodness. This is, the Build-A-Figures are not particularly easy to put together. However, when you're done, Mantis does look great. This is, oddly enough, I've done a lot of Build-A-Figures, but this is probably the hardest one I've ever had to put together because I'm so afraid of breaking the parts. I'm just trying to hold my breath and push in with as much pressure as possible. She looks so much like the character in the movie, it's crazy. So let's just lay out our collection here. Beware, his Walkman doesn't like to stick very well. Drax, Gamora, Rocket, and Groot. So these are the Guardians of the Galaxy, the members as we know them. So, and then we have, of course, 2 other Groots. And what a fine set this is when it's all done. You can, and there's options. I'm pretty sure that they threw this in so Rocket fans could have a different, gun to pose with Rocket, because these pistols don't seem adequate to me for Rocket Raccoon. He needs to have a larger weapon. But wow, what a fine set this comes to. I mean, to have the core Avengers, the Guardians of the Galaxy, and the Fantastic Four is a good set of action figures. And this really great Star-Lord. With a Walkman that I just feel like if I'm not careful is destined to get lost someday. A great Gamora. And such posable figures. You can, I mean, and the details. I mean, you can see her rings. It is just amazingly detailed. This amazing Groot. All in the correct scale. And a really cool Mantis. How do you say the actress's name? Palm Klydorf. She is a fun. It's a fun character. The action figure is definitely amazing to look at, with the eyes that close, which is kind of like her thing. She can put people to sleep. Just very cool. I'm very pleased with this set, and of course not forgetting the two Cosmic Guardians, X Nihilo. And Adam Warlock. With his when I was in Hamburg, Germany, I met the German Guardians of the Galaxy. There's a troupe that dresses like them. They're all German. They have all the characters, and they're actually kind of good. I met them in a comic book store in Hamburg, Germany, and they were dressed. They were well, he was, at least he was wearing the jacket. But they showed us pictures, and we kind of connected with him. It was pretty cool. So they're obviously Guardians of the Galaxy. If you want to look them up, just Google German Guardians of the Galaxy, and you'll find them. They're a colorful little group. They have all the characters. It's really funny. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it inspires you to go out and build your own collection. And anyway, until next time, if you like my videos, please subscribe, click the bell icon, and give me a thumbs up or write me a comment. And I really appreciate it. Until next time, bye.